Hey there, YouTubers. Me again. The old Cadillac is giving me fits. So today is a do or die day. The scanner, what kind of bug is that? Wow, okay. Hello, goodbye. Anyway, the old scanner says it is a cam sensor. But by popular know-how, the cam sensors can give a false reading when the cam chain is bad. So, this is a $1,000 car. And, well, $1,700, and we drove it for several years. So, I'm at the point now where I'm going to try some cam sensors because it was like 25 bucks for all four. But if that doesn't work, I'm not sure I want to put a cam chain or a chains in this thing because it's got a series of cam chains for each cam and blah 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 blah. I just don't know if I want to go through all that for this old girl, so she just may become a parts car. Or maybe we'll yank this engine and put a 454 Hemi or something in it. No, probably not going to do that, it's four-door. But we'll stick her out back and use her for parts. So, this is a do or die video. We're going to put cam sensors in it. And I'll show you how to do that. And if that doesn't work, well, the next video will either be changing the cam chains or not a video. Right? If I do decide to put a cam chain in it just to send it on down the road, I may do that. Hopefully, with a little luck. And maybe a prayer wouldn't hurt. To see if we can get see if it'll work. If it doesn't, yeah, I'm probably not going to put a cam chain in it. If you decide on yours, if you love your car, or if you got the two-door version and it's real nice, or if you just got a four-door version and it's really nice, it's worth fixing for you, well, by all means. But for me, it's not. So we're going to try the cam sensors today and hope for the best. Let's get started. You always have to start with the ridiculous goofy covers that they put over the engines nowadays, which I guess I shouldn't make fun of that because I just put some covers, if you will, on my Gremlin to disguise it as something it's not. So it's kind of the same thing, just trying to make your engine look a little prettier. But on this, it just pops on. And we just kind of pull up on all four corners. You got to take the oil cap off in case you don't know how. And then this just pops off, gets out of your way. And it does look better than that, honestly. So I can't complain. Mosquitoes are pretty heavy today. Yeehaw! Love that. This particular engine, you have to take this plenum off for almost everything, except for this, I think. I see one cam sensor, and I see two cam sensors, and I see three cam sensors, and I don't see four cam sensors because it's behind this hoopla. So we might change three and see if we can get away with it, and if not, it's probably the one that's behind here, though. It's always that way. This won't be too bad. It looks like we got 1, 2, well, 1, 2, 2.5. Looks like we just got 2 bolts holding it on there. So it shouldn't be too horrible to get this out of the way to get at that last one. But we're going to try these first ones. Let me get you up in here so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. It's right here. You really can't see a lot of it, but it's just got a little lock doohickey. It looks like you push it and unplug it. But now that I'm looking at it, I think, I don't know. It's probably going to require toolage to get that out of there. Yeah, let me get a pair of pliers and see if I can't yank on that with pliers. You got to put a pretty substantial squeeze on this thing Get your thumb up underneath the connector and wiggle it up. I'm going to do the same on the other two, get them all unplugged because they're kind of idiot proof. And then by the looks of things, it is 1 10 milli meter to pull this baby out of here. I've got a 6-inch extension with a wobble and a 10 millimeter socket. Now here's the thing, I don't want this thing to fall. So I'm going to be very, very careful, because if it falls, it may go into the abyss and never be seen again. And it's not going to cooperate. Yeehaw. It's just in one of those places that it's not going to be a good, you're not going to get a good grip on it. So just carefully, there we go. And then you should, keyword being should, you know, they put this wiring right in the way. You know, there's just no reason for it to be there. So I think I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to grab it with my pliers. We're going to wiggle it. I don't really know why I'm wrestling with this in this tight place, because this is going to have to come off. And I've got a funny feeling. Well, maybe I don't. I'm going to have to take this out of the way anyway, so I don't know why I'm wrestling with this. But I've got my screwdriver here and my pliers here, and I'm going to try to pry this off. And sure enough, it's got a rubber seal. I'll show you that in a minute. It doesn't even want to come out, even though I got it out. There we go. Come on. It's got a rubber seal on it. Ooh, that's dirty. And that's what we're fighting with, is that rubber seal. Well, here's the new one. So what I'm going to do is, I got a little cap full of Earl here. I just, an old empty issue, well, it's not 100% empty, obviously, oil bottle that from a previous oil change, and I'm putting a little bit of oil on that seal. So it'll, whoa, almost dropped it. So it'll slide right in. And I'm going to see if I can stick this in here. It's not very user-friendly, at least on this side. Get that lined up. What, snapped right in? What's up with that? All right. Now, trying to get this in. I guess we're going to try to do it with the ratchet and the socket. That way I won't drop it, I hope. Because like I said, in the position it's in, if it drops, it will probably go into the abyss, which I really don't want it to go. So oh God. Dang it! And it went into the abyss. I knew it. Well, it fell into the abyss. It was virtually impossible to find. And I finally found it after we had to move the car back. I got smart, decided to put it on a magnet. Most of this is aluminum around here, so I should be able to get it in, except for my magnet is too fat. Great. Unbelievable Charlie Brown. And we'll push it to the edge of the magnet and see if that helps. There we go. We at least got it semi-started. And this is in a horrible, horrible place. Oh my God. I'm going to try to get it with a pair of pliers and hold it there for a minute while there we go, pull the magnet off. Get my finger in there. we go. I think that is lined up. Now, we'll get a socket on it. Phew! That was horrible, just because I dropped it. Alright, let's just put this back in. I'm going to do the hard ones first. I'm probably stupid doing that. No, maybe I won't. I'm going to do the easy ones first because, like I said, I want to try to start it. I'm going to try to start it now with only one new one. Let's see what we get.
Oh, the camp sensors are in already.
Only one of them. I lost the bolt, so it slowed me way down. Well, they always put something in the way. Well, this one's not too bad. Oh, what is that? Just hanging out there, doing nothing. Oh, yeah, I know what that is. It goes to the air box. PCV valve, no big deal. All right, let's pull this one out. I think for these... Come on, there we go. I heard it snap. When I hear it pop, that's when you know you've got it. Yeah, I'm pop pretty easy. Okay, we got both of those off. Now, damn, stupidest places that they have this stuff. I don't know if I can get at this one real easy. We'll try. Oh, that's on tighten. That's not going to work. I might have to do that one with a wrench. Definitely going to have to do that one with a wrench. Alright. I take it back. This side's not easier. Have to use a wrench to get in there. Crack that one loose. Crack that one loose. The good thing about it is I can get these with my fingers. At least this one. We'll see about the other one in a minute. Sorry if you can't see much, but it's basically the same process for each one. I probably should have done the hard one first because you don't really necessarily need to see me do these two because they're simple-ish, but maybe there'll be a hurdle on this one too. See if I can get my hand. This will come off. It's just a hose. Oh, no, it's got a clamp on it. It'll tuck out of the way. So let's see if I can get this one. I have a busted finger, so let's see if I can make that happen. Okay, let's just see if we can do it with the wrench. And we'll have to get it with this hand. There's a wire there that's in the way. Yay! It's always something. This is one of those projects where you kind of don't want to really be there doing it, but you got to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'd really like to be able to have this hand. I'm supposed to get this finger fixed at some point, but it's not fixed yet. Yeah, we'll get both fingers in here. There we go. Unscrew this thing. If you have a real finger that's not permanently bent, you could probably get it in here and get to this and it wouldn't be so bad. But nope, not me. So you can still get to it. You're just going to need two hands. It's almost out. Got one more turn maybe. Golly, when it gets loose. I don't want this one to drop into the abyss. There we go. Okay. Alright, we got that one loose. Now, the way I got the other one is I used a screwdriver. And I got it in between. And I pried it a little bitty bit. Come on, baby. And there we go. There's that one. They don't look too good, so I'm hoping that we have found the problem. But if not, then unfortunately, this old girl is going to retire. Now, it's got some little nibs on there to catch you in the finger. See if we can turn this one so I can get in there. There we go. You probably can't see what I'm doing, but I'm getting this screwdriver and I'm prying it between the block and the... Come on, let's turn you. There we go. Prying between the block and the sensor. There we go. It's coming. It's gonna be stubborn. I mean, if you break the old one, it's not a big deal because you're replacing it anyway. But there's a lot of junk on these. It's possible one of them's bad. Let's hope. I'm gonna clean these out with my fingers a little bit. Oh, there's a lot of soot and stuff in there. A lot of gunk. Somebody's not taking care of this engine. It wasn't me. We did our oil changes. In fact, you can look on our channel and see that I've done all the oil changes necessary on this thing. But somebody before me did not. So anyway, we're going to take the new ones, we're going to lubricate them like the other one, put those back in, and then we'll do the hard one. Well, I'm going to try to start it, and then we'll do the hard one. I must admit, this one was a lot easier to get started. These two were easier than that R1. If this thing starts, yeehaw. If it doesn't, they usually say, according to the popular belief, it's always the passenger side lower cam sensor that goes bad. And that's the one that we can't get to. And probably the reason it goes bad more often is because nobody wants to change that one. So I put that one in kind of off camera, so I apologize for that. I gotta get the new one. Here's my new one, other new one. So that one's in already, I just had to tighten it. Let's go ahead and get this new one. We're gonna oil it so it slides right in. We're gonna put it in the hole. Again, we're gonna two-hand this one probably. Come on, baby. There we go. It helps if you turn it a little bit. Then I'm gonna get the bolt and hope to God I don't drop it. There we go. There we go. Two-handing it. Oh my God. It would help if I had a straight finger. It really would. I don't know if that one's going in or not. I don't know, son. I just don't know. I'm going to try to get the socket on there and the rest. See if I can't. Well, that's painful. I think we're doing it. This is probably pretty monotonous to watch. Now that I got that started, let's see if I can get it to go in by hand. Yeah, it's horrible. Getting about a eighth of a turn each time. But it's going. I need a ratcheting, a pneumatic or electric ratcheting box end. I wonder if there's such a thing. But it's going, slow but sure. See what happens. The bolt goes in or my fingers cramp. Let's see which happens first. Boy, I am a negative Nancy today, aren't I? It's because my daughter just drove up and wants me to change the oil in her car. I have to put oil in my truck, and I also have to change a part that was defective on the wife's car. So, needless to say, I have a full day. So there we go. Let's get this thing tightened up. And it's a little painful trying to keep this ratcheting. Golly, that hurts. I think we'll just do it this way. Take a little longer, but it's less painful. There we go, starting to snug up now. Good, okay. Now you don't have to over snug this because it's plastic. I think it does have a metal insert, but still. Almost done. It sounded like it was going to start after moving that last one. What is going on with this one? There we go. Okay. Let's plug these in. See, I'm leaving my tools up on the plenum. That way, if it starts, my tools will fall off. And well, there's some kind of sensor here. I think that's a main sensor, but I got that one tucked way up out of the way. Alright, we got those two plugged in. I figure if I leave something to go wrong by like leaving tools up here so they'll fall, it gives me a better chance of it actually working. Yeah, negative Nancy all the way. Alright, so let's go ahead and give this a shot, see if she'll start. Okay, this is bad so far. 3 replaced, which means the other ones I took off are still good, so we'll save those just in case. And we're going to have to take all this junk over here off so we can get at that last one. But usually, according to, like I said, popular belief, that is the one that's usually bad. But I think if only one is bad, it'll just run rough. So I think it's looking like a timing chain. Oh boy. I don't think, from what I can see, that there's anything behind here. It's just these 2 bolts down low. I think those are 12 millivanillimeters. It's 12 millivanillimeters. I'm sorry, 13. This wire is really in the way. This one right here, it is just all sorts of in the way. Alright, there is a hole on this plenum, so be careful you don't drop your bolt in that, or you'd be in a world of hurt. Which I've already been there once today. Alright, see if I can get this in here. Now I notice I didn't keep going. That's because my ratchet was up against the wall, and if I kept going, it's gonna jam my ratchet in there, and then I won't get it out. So I had to stop prematurely. Now I think all the other bolts holding this in are just like wires and looms and junk like that. So I'm gonna pull this one out. It does have like an insulator for some reason on here. I am loose, but I'm holding on by something else. There's one more bolt somewhere. Yep, I think that's, nope. Yep, there's one on the side here that you can't see. That's awesome. Yeah, it's a small one. I think it's 10 millimeter, which I have that wrench right here. Nope, smaller? Nope. I don't seem to be able to, oh, there it goes. Nope. What the heck? Unfortunately, you're probably not going to get to see a lot of what I'm doing because no way to get a camera in here. This is just an absolute nightmare. Let's see if I get in there. There we go. I don't know. It looks like it's 10 millimeter, but I put the 10 on there. There it goes. There it goes. Okay. Well, I don't know what was going on there, but it is 10 millimeter. And you can see the bracket starting to loosen up. Now, because this car may or may not work after this, I'm not going to hook this back up until we're sure this is going to work. If you know what I mean. The reason that is because this is just a bracket, and with it being in the way, if this car doesn't start, I'm that much closer to getting all the stuff off the front of the engine to do the cam chain. You know what I mean? So, because this is the side that probably needs the chain, but once you're in there, you might as well replace them all. I think, if I'm not mistaken, there are 3 chains. One for the left side, one for the right side, and one for the middle. That's great. And then there's a whole bunch of what they call slippers that run and keep the chains all tight, which those are probably what's worn and not necessarily the chain. But overall, like I said, I am probably not going to do this car. I don't know if that's... Did I say this was going to be easy? No, I didn't, did I? It's easier than a cam chain, but if you do decide to do the cam chain, you're already halfway there taking this thing off of here. Everything has to come off the front of the engine. The plenum has to come off. I do have a video on how to do that with changing injectors and changing spark plugs. Alright, let's see. Is that out? Whoa, we got stuff falling. Can I get at that from here? Yes, no, maybe kind of a little bit, but no, not really. Come on. Oh, my hand is stuck in there. You know, I see a lot of guys with big hands that are mechanics. Oh, I'm sorry. Because that must be horrible. I don't have big hands, and I still struggle. Come on, baby. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Got a thumb in on it. There we go. There we go. Okay, there's that little 10 millimeter bugger. And I don't know that would ever find its way back in. Now, we've got a bunch of wires in the way. Let's see if we can just get them out. There it is. I can see it now. I can see clearly now. Okay. There's a 10 millimeter right here holding those grounds. I'm going to take those off momentarily just to give myself a little bit more room. Oops, I got that going the wrong way. Now I will put those back on before I try to start it. Now, honestly, I'm telling you, I am going to praise the Lord if this thing starts after all this. But I have my doubts. Where's my faith, right? Where's my faith? I have faith in God, but not necessarily Cadillac. Although I can't lie, this has been a great car. We got a few years out of it, and we paid very little money for this, so I can't say anything bad about it. And look at how easy this one's to get to. Except for you're not going to see anything because this thing's in the way, and then my arm is in the way, and then, you know how that goes. But hopefully you can see this, what we're doing. There's the cam sensor. Got this little bracket out of the way. I'm going to pry this bad boy out. This one you can't turn very much because of the way it's at. It's because of the way it is, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's just the way it is. Some things never change. Now, if this is your car, you know, maybe your scan tool's a little better and it'll tell you exactly which bank it was, which sensor was bad, or if it was the cam chain itself. Mechanical problems are a little bit different, you know what I mean? If you have two people, they can hold this thing out of the way for you. Yeah, that one, ooh, that one's got a hole worn right in it, I think. Oh, back. So let's go ahead with the last one. But like I said, for 25 bucks and a little bit of headache, just don't drop the bolt and you'll be fine. It's well worth going this route as opposed to just going right to the cam chain. I decided to go ahead and put you on this side, and yep, you can see. Duh. Sorry about that. Slide this one in here. That one's good. Get my bolts. Oh shoot, which one was it? I think it was this longer one. Slide that in there, get it lined up. There we go. The last one. Let's break for the best. Alright. Let's plug this thing in. Let's put my grounds back on, which actually may not ground if... Is that the one? Does it feel like the one? Okay. It may not ground if I don't bolt it, so I guess I'm going to have to bolt it. Cheapers trouble. Alright. Those over here, there we go. Okay, where'd those grounds go? There they are. Let's put those back on. Actually, I'm going to have to put it back on somewhat. Otherwise, it may not ground properly. Alright. Let's put this one more. Oh, that's not it. There it is. Put the easy one. Where's the easy one? Right down here. Let's get that in there. Where's the other one? Oh, there it is. Put the easy one in. We'll tighten that up just so we can be sure that we got a good ground. Where'd it go? Well, there it is. Say, well, where? Alright, we'll throw the other one in there just to make sure that we don't lose it. Because we may put this car back together. We'll see how she parts out, how well she parts out. But, what the heck is going on there? Okay, we're just going to leave it right there. For whatever reason, this one doesn't want to. Oh, if I tighten this one. Never, ever tighten the bolts until you got them all in. Because then you're not able to move things around to get it to line up. There we go. Now, if it starts, we'll put that other bolt in all the way. So hang out. Let's wait. See this bad boy starts. Well, that is disappointing. I got to admit, I don't like failure videos. Unfortunately, I knew I was taking a chance putting these cam sensors in because it was either the cam sensors or cam chain, or timing chain, whatever you want to call it. I had a sneaky suspicion it was going to be the chain, but for 25 bucks, I figured it was worth a shot. So there you go, that's how to do it, regardless of whether it worked or not. That is how you change your cam sensors. That was all 4 of them. So if you do need to change your cam sensors, hopefully you'll have better luck than I did. It won't be your cam chain that's bad. This thing does have almost 200,000 miles on it, so I kind of figured it was the chain. But if yours just happens to need a cam sensor, you know where all 4 of them are now and how we change them. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please subscribe. Hit the like button. See ya.